Hello all. You fucking idiot. Okay, fine. Okay. Oh, day 15th. Today is day 16th of my public speaking journey. Today I'm going to talk about marriage. Is marriage important? Is marriage important? I would say no. In my opinion, I would say no. The main concept of marriage is not that important because as a person who used to think marriage is important, if romance is important in your life, I have started thinking more, giving more thinking that now I started thinking that that marriage is not that important. Maybe romance is important. I don't know. Gets that kind of romance. Okay, let's see. So as a common person from South India, who lived his entire life from South India, the entire concept of marriage came from the movies in college. So most of the movies of South Indian movies are actually revolved or actually created around romance. So every single movies in South India are completely based on romance and romance only and family, mostly romance. So every movies have a concept of romance behind it. Every movies. So even I grew up being part of that. I wanted romance and I want marriage and romance. So in the first beginning years of my life and the beginning years of watching all these movies, the school to college life is the only place a person like me could actually think about romance or feel about romance or understand about romance, because this is a period where I'm completely dependent on my parents. The financial situation, I'm completely dependent on my parents, so I can actually express myself more. But when it comes to real world, uh, when it comes to marriage perspective, it's a different story. So after college, as a responsible son, I wanted to support my family. So I did not go behind chase my dreams. So I only focused on uh, how to help my family in a bad financial situation. That was my idea after college. So I didn't see anything. I forgot about chasing my dream. I thought about chasing my dream after supporting my family. So when I came into the situation, so when I actually started working, the career life actually gave me something more, new hope that a monthly salary can actually work instead of is actually not way better. The company can actually provide me and support my family. So, and at the same time, I fell in love with my career, especially analytics part. So I fell in love with analytics, and wow, and an idea came in. Why can't I actually? So I cannot chase my dreams. It's a very distant thing now because finance is very important. So as a middle class family or a lower middle class family, finance is very important. That's why I had to support my family. So career was one thing. So when I started developing, giving more thoughts to the career and improvement, I fell in love with the career. I fell in love with. So though the income was very low, I was in love with the job. So doing something love and the income is low, you won't worry about anything else. So it is connected to marriage because the marriage part. This is actually connected to the marriage part. So when then years old, so we can actually plan. Okay, when marriage. Okay, this is actually good. The income is low now. We'll focus on marriage in a few. Let's say 2-3 years from now. When the income is more, we can focus on marriage. That will be the first plan. So even I would also think the same thing, since the concept of marriage is actually subconsciously uploaded into my brain. Marriage and romance is uploaded into mine through movies and culture, movies and movie culture. So through it's uploaded into mine. So the 3 years from now, then the career itself is actually collapsed. Career is gone. Career actually, I lost the job. If I lost the job, That's career is good. So we now and there is first thing that goes into your mind when something like this happens was you are the player now. You are in the playground now. You're the main player. You lost a job. They lost a job, and first doubt that comes in. The thing is, nothing is stable. Nothing. We understand one thing is that nothing is stable in this world. The concept of money is that we think that money will be a abundant thing, or abundant. It's not abundant. The money which flows monthly, when it stops, like a dam or something gets dried up, or as a drought comes into your life, something like that. Then first thing is that career or income wasn't permanent. So there are issues like this. Okay, let's forget about that. Okay, then we will survive. Then a few days, a few months, I survived only on different things, doing other jobs, until I get another job like that. So once again, I got into a public sector, private sector, private company, not public sector. Public sectors here. Public sectors here. So I got another job. The same concept came into my mind. Wow, really? Another job. Now the same. Now the confidence level increases. Wow. I'm going to keep this job. I'm going to pour everything to my job. I want to build this company to another level. That's a concept that you are actually, now you're actually, I'm going to help this company to grow at top. Though I'm not profiting in any way, the only profit is my salary. The main reason is pouring your passion into the analytical part, pouring your passion into any job. That was the main concept. Now we're building a concept. Now we started dreaming. Now the dreams comes again. The dreams come because once when you understand that survival instincts. When do we dream? Actually, we dream when our minds are cool. When we dream, we see a future, a sustainable future, a beautiful future when we are actually happy inside. Now the first job is lost. We shrunk inside. We just actually close our emotional side and logical side opens up. So that's why. So when the stability comes in, we open up once again. So I started opening up once again. My chest is open. My soul is open to new opportunities. So this comes on. Then, wow, I'm going to get good at this. Then later on, it actually collapses. Again, then shrinks. So what happens? This is the second time it's getting collapsed. Now the marriage concept, nothing. It's only about money and survival only. So to get married, now what happens? Then shrinks. Then we have to do another jobs for the survival's sake. Then we actually get another job. The same thing happens. We open up. We dream, we grand dreams and monthly. Because monthly income is something. It's a very good thing, the monthly income. It's everything stable. The bills are paid properly. Then we'll actually open up. Our chest gets opened up and emotions gets open. The same thing happens. Collapse. Crashes. Completely crashes. So if it repeats like that for 10 years, it's a long 10 years, okay? If it repeats like that, one thing is for sure. Now everything goes into your mind. Now everything is actually about mind, not emotions. So next job, I hope this actually this career actually the working period would actually be 2-3 years at least. We dream of that, of monthly income, if I could stay in the job for a longer time. There's a concept, even though it's a contract based. But now we actually think whether we should think logically or emotionally. Now we shut down everything. We don't like to talk to anyone. We just want to actually focus on the career. Okay. So such things that we break once again, we open, we break. So the mostly It's not. Then we realize one thing is that it's better to close the emotional side and switch on the emotional thinking side. Now the idea of concept marriage comes in. Now we have the age of getting married. In South India, we actually think about arranged marriage or finding a woman. Okay, so since finance was also always been an issue in my in my younger school time, college time, everything. Finance, I kept the idea of my finance has always been a core part of my life. Finance has always been a core part of my life. So when it comes to marriage, now the situation like unstable economy, unstable career, we have to use the brain. Unlike your family member who's saying forcing you to get married is actually illogical. The concept itself is the dumbest thing that I have ever heard. Because think about the rent, think about the rent, think about the deposit, money deposit, or we have to deposit to get a house. Think about daily daily expenses, monthly expenses, fixed expenses. It will go more than 4,000 to 40,000 to 50,000 rupees, even for a small family of so for a small family of 3 to 4 with an loan about 5-6 lakhs or something. It will go more like 30 or 35,000 monthly expenses will go about 35,000. So what about a small family where the rent is 15,000? Expenses, daily expense may go, the total month expenses may go to 5 to 6,000, like rice, vegetables, and all those things, and then bills will go. So total will be like 25 to 26,000. So how do we survive such a situation? Plus the loan, other loan. So how do we survive? The question comes in. So the main thing is economy now. Now the question comes: should I get married? Can I handle the income? Can I handle such expenses? In a mind who has faced so many issues, in the world, the career income is not stable. You don't have a financial background. You have seen the financial struggles going on in your entire life. The struggles to maintain the present life, and the struggles that you may face in the future. The concept comes, there's no more romance. Romance is always so emotional. The heart closes and the mind opens. The calculations opens. The future is not about, the future is no more that beautiful anymore. Future is always about calculations. Since the income has lost. So keeping this idea, and when your family members ask you to get married, we keep on saying the same thing story. What about the finance? I purchased a bike worth 95,000, and it took me 3 years to close the loan. And the monthly interest EMI was monthly EMI was 3,200, and I'm struggling to pay that. Struggling to pay that amount. How can you? I keep on asking the same question. How can you say this to me? So I keep on asking. So when they ask, I say the same thing. When they ask, it's a repetitive. I would have said it 100 times. They won't just listen. They just came up with the same. What about marriage? What about marriage? What about marriage? So when I say the same thing again and again, it becomes an irritation. Now the question is, they know, the family members know that I'm struggling with such a problem, and yet they want me to get married. Since such a thing, a family member who has seen me my entire life, from my birth till now, cannot understand the struggles that I'm going through. I have not explored my life I haven't explored my life. I haven't explored anything yet. The world that I live in is in this four walls, inside the four walls, and inside my mind. So if I need a coffee to drink, I cannot. If I go outside and have a lunch or have a dinner, I'm afraid to do so because the expenses now, since the economy is so, my financial situation is so bad, I even think about even spending a small amount of money. So seeing all this and the family is repeating the same thing again and again, I would say if a woman, if a person of my own family saw me and entire life lived among them, cannot understand my situation. How can a woman from other house comes to my work and understand? So that was the main concept. So one is economy, second one the understanding. And the movies, we realize that when you see the women from other outside, the real women, other than the concept of romance concept of women from movies, you realize one thing: not all women are emotionally balanced. Not all women are like that. It's just a concept of romanticizing the other sex. That's it. In real world, we don't get that kind of woman who understands, who are empathetic. So the third part. These are the main three things that actually influenced my life. That one is economy, which is the main core part, and the understanding, and the real world women's. So once people ask me, married, nowadays it feels like a mocking. It feels like they are actually mocking me. This feel like they are actually making fun of me. Making fun of me. I mean, I'm not exploring my life. I'm not the free. Yes, we got freedom. We got independence. But doesn't mean that we are free. That doesn't mean I am free. Everything is costly now. Everything is expensive now. The freedom itself is expensive. And marriage is also expensive. So why spend on a concept which cannot give anything to you? A marriage, where you have to be on constant survival on a daily basis. The marriage is not necessary. The people like me who are living, who calculate, marriage isn't necessary. This is my entire concept. And the family members who cannot understand that, maybe they're just mocking you, maybe making fun of you. Because if they cannot understand the situation that you're in, they cannot see that when you are not exploring your own life, they don't know. They don't know when you're shut down, when your mouth is shut. They think that you're okay with everything. But deep inside, we people know that when we wanted to explore the world, people like us, we know that we wanted to explore the world, but we couldn't. We cannot. And marriage concept will actually give more burden and pain to you than freedom. So say no. Saying no, there is no issues in saying no to the marriage. And there is no saying no to the marriage is a one thing. And because the 10 years that you have been in the field, the information that you collected from the field, the data says it so. Or else you need to get married to a higher rich family. Even that concept would actually, what if they won't let you be free? They will let you make you be a. See, this is the life I live in. This is the life I live in. So that's it. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Say no to marriage. If you don't want to marriage, say no to marriage. And there is no issues. The family members keep on repeating and giving the same answer. If they are not listening, they must be finding some sort of what you call that. They like to poke you, to enjoy the pain that you're showing. That's all they just want to enjoy the suffering. That's all that I have to say. So, never mind about them. Stay with your answer. Thank you for watching. And if you have any concept of getting married, or you want to talk about this topic, you can just comment. Thank you. So I had created, this is the third video that I've created. First two videos, as a disturbance, you could have seen the disturbance. Same thing happened in first video, and the second video I just spoke out some different language which might have not accepted by YouTube. Well, that's it. Thank you for watching, and leave a comment. See you tomorrow or the next day.